Hi guys, it's Crystal City Girl Homestead, and time for some more things to help out the seniors. I've been watching videos and reading on things and whatever I can do to try to bring down some of the costs for senior citizens, for regular people, instead of all the fear-based stuff of we're running out of everything and whatever. So I'm hoping that you like this series. I do have another list that I'll do another video another day. But today is stores, so grab your paper and pencil. These are stores that actually offer senior citizen discounts and the days and stuff like that. Some of the stores you are going to have to call and find out what days they offer. I know here in Lansing we do have a few. Apple Market, I think it's Tuesdays or Wednesdays, 10% off. Kroger now, there's a few of them that'll pop up. So make sure you check your local stores. So Kohl's on Wednesdays, 60 or older, 15% off only in store. Because I was like, I never got a discount like that ordering from Kohl's, because it's only good on in store. And you can also use your Kohl's Cash sales or clearance. So the 15% goes on all of it. Walgreens, the first Tuesday of the month, 20% off. Must have your My Walgreens account, which is free. And you can use with coupons and your cash back and all that good stuff too. A couple of these stores I've never ever heard of, so hopefully you have, and they're in your area maybe. Ross Dress for Less. Tuesdays, senior citizens 55 and older, 10%. And I like those states that do 55 and older, because that means that I could qualify too, because I'm only 59. So, but Tom is, I was going to say he's 70. He's 68. Goodwill. Wednesdays usually, but check your dates. They will offer 10 to 30% off for senior citizen discounts. That's a lot of money. And you can use it with their sale items as well. I haven't been to Goodwill for a while because Goodwill here has gotten so expensive that I could almost buy new for it. Salvation Army, 55 plus. They have a 25 to 50% off. Just call and find out what your store offers and what day. Be-Alls, I've never heard of them either. They have a 10% off on Tuesdays. Belk, which I've never heard of either. First Tuesday off of the month, you get 15% off. Michael's, 10% off daily, every day, 55 plus. Now, as I'm going through all these different videos and everything, I will tell you that most of the stores do not say anything on their postings, on their websites, anything. It's something that you're going to have to call and check on or ask. They don't want to give that discount unless they absolutely have to, which, you know, I can understand that, you know, but at the same time, you're like, but, you know, I mean, if there's a store near you that you want to check into, you never know. Like the Chinese restaurant that we go to, they offer, but it's 62 and older. You know, they give like, I don't know, 10% off or something like that. So he always gets a discounted meal. A lot of your restaurants do offer it, but you have to ask. I know, silly, right? But as I've been going through these videos and reading on it and whatever, it also does say that always make sure that you take your ID with you, because some of them will double check. And then I've noticed with some of them, with the restaurants and stuff, if you register online, you'll get into their super saving thing or whatever, and then that discount goes on top of that stuff as well. And some of your stores, your grocery stores and clothing stores and stuff, they do require that you become, you know, part of that percentage off thing too. So, you know, in the meantime, you can save money both ways. Okay, Hallmark stores, which I don't know if we have anymore. We had one left in Hazlet, and I think it's gone. But they do a 10% off. You have to check the day. TJ Maxx, which we do have here. Check the stores for sure, but it's 10% on Mondays. Albertsons, I've heard that's a really good store, but we don't have one. that I know of. Maybe we do down by Detroit. It's first Wednesday, 55 plus, 10% off. And you can stack it with coupons and the loyalty program. 12 is Fred Meyer, which I think is like a Kroger, I think. I'm not sure. We don't have one here. We have Kroger's and we have Meyer, which I don't know if they're part of Meyer or not because it's M-E-Y-E-R and our Meyer is M-E-I-J-E-R. But I think the creator of Meyer was Fred too. So I don't know what it is, but I think it's like a Kroger. 55 plus, first Tuesday of every month, 10% off. You know, something I've been thinking about, if we can learn all of these places that we can get discounts at, and we can stock up our groceries or clothing or furniture, whatever else that you need at a lower price, even if things do get a little bad, think about how much less expensive those things would be. I mean, I've got a few more here on this list, but you know, I've still been watching these channels that push the fear, that push, you know, like, we're going to be out of everything, we're going to be this and that. We're not going to be out of everything. First of all, we are not going to be out of everything. Are we going to have the stock of the things that we all love and want and desire all the time? No. Are those things going to get expensive? Yes. And I'm going to start looking a little bit into how to stretch meals too, not just, you know, make cool fun meals, which tonight's going to be a fun one. But anyway, where we can make our food stretch out so that it'll last for leftovers and stuff like that. Because this is not just a senior suggestion, but you know, Tom and I at 59 and 68, we have an empty nest. But at the same time, he still works, so he has to take lunch the next day, and of course I eat lunch. And then, you know, 1 to 5 days a week, I have my grandkids here in the morning, and I always feed them breakfast too. So if I can learn ways to save money and to have those things, I think that's important. So it's not just for the seniors, it's for all of us. I've never heard of this store either, but Harris Teeter. It's got a Club 60. It gives a 5% store, entire store, and you have to be enrolled in their in club, everyday thing. 14 is Clark's Everyday Shoes, 62 and plus. And we don't have one around here either, but I guess they're real expensive shoes. But if you use their program that they have plus the 10%, like they were making a suggestion of one pair of boots that was $139 went down to $75. I mean, that's quite a difference. We don't have any, well, okay, we have PetSmarts. I was going to say we don't have any grooming, but they did say that they do nails and stuff too. So if my daughter-in-law can't get to our nails, maybe that's something that would be good for us. And it's 10% off on grooming on Tuesdays. And the last one is AutoZone. 65 plus, 10 to 20% off their parts. Can be used with coupons and all that, in-store sales, all that too. You know, all of us at some point have to get our cars repaired. It just seems like most of the repairs I've needed lately for my car was, you know, that I'd have to have a, whatever you call that thing afterwards. And you have to have special tools to do what I have. So yeah, the last thing cost us $700, which we were planning on $1,000, and so that was great that it wasn't so much. But anyways, let me know if you like this series of trying to figure out ways to save money, whether you're seniors or, you know, just everyday people. And I can't stress enough, don't get scared. Don't get scared. So, you know what? Maybe you have to, this is stupid, but maybe you have to eat white bread instead of wheat. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, you got to eat more bananas than kiwi. I don't know. I'm just making stupid examples. But don't freak out. Because even during the Depression, you know, they did have all these gardens and stuff. And the government did step in and do a few things. we're not going to starve. You know, do I incentivize to stock up? Yes, I do. If you don't can or dehydrate, or, you know, people that can afford to have a freeze dryer, you know, don't let anything go to waste. If someone offers something or you can get something at a good deal, even if you don't can, there's so many different things you can freeze and do up to. So hopefully I can pass along savings or, you know, things that people did back in the day, and it'll help us. Don't do it out of fear. Do it because you just feel like you need to, or you have to, or you want to. So let me know if you like the series. You guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing, and I will see you at supper.